So where do you want to go?
Where's the floor?
The first thing you need from something on reserve is the reserves form.
So it's a really cool tool. And seriously, I know a guy. So if you make something in this and it takes off between now and December and you need more than 200 views, call me. I will call Basho, that's really his name, and we will see what we can work out. But
you create lots of little videos?
Yes.
And then you put them together with the program?
Yes, let me see. I will show you. I can log in. I was just logged in. It ends up looking kind of like this. Not kind of like this, it ends up looking like this. And so I've got all of these videos, and I can pull them in, and then you connect them to each other. And as you can see, I've got some loops going, so that if you go to this video, you have the option to go over there, but this one comes back over here, and it also goes back over there. So you can, it's hard to figure out. It takes a lot of time where you're sitting there going, okay, where are we going again? Because it's a very interesting way of thinking. But we've got a deal through December. We're hoping that it might be something that continues next semester, but right now this is something to play with. Because, and if you happen to need more than 200 views, call me, we'll see what we can do. But make sure you sign in with your oswego.edu email, because that will be necessary if we have to get more views. But it's a cool new thing. It literally came out sometime in July. And I want to see what the students will do with it, because I think you'll do way more interesting things than how to put videos on reserve. But that's under video. A couple of screencasting softwares. We do have Windows Movie Maker, Windows Live Movie Maker on all of the computers. Okay? The Macs have iMovie, the Multimedia Production Room has iMovie, and we are getting the Adobe Suite in there, so there will be kind of a high-powered video editor in there that you don't have to pay for. For audio, we really recommend Audacity, because it's free, you have to download it, but as cheap, free software goes, it's the best one out there.
We'll be doing Audacity in class.
Yeah, so Audacity, seriously, it's great. Something else that I like to make people listen to as you go into your projects, I do want to make sure that you guys know about fair use. I think I should go back. Prezi is so slow today. Because fair use is really important to me. And you know, every other class you come in with the librarians and they give you the lecture on plagiarism. I'm going to give you the lecture on fair use. Does anybody know what fair use means?
I know it's what people like plaster all over their YouTube videos to avoid copyright infringement. It's
yes.
like you can you're allowed to use certain material as long as for like an educational or non-commercial, basically.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You can use anything you have obtained legally. So anything you pirated off of the web, you didn't obtain it legally. And you're not supposed to do that on our servers anyway. But if you bought a CD or you bought a song off of iTunes, you bought that legally. If you downloaded a free song off of SoundCloud, they gave it away for free, you obtained that legally. If you got it somewhere off of BitTorrent, not legal. But you have to make sure that it's transformative. Have any of you heard of the artist Girl Talk? He's amazing. If you haven't Googled him, he takes hundreds of thousands of tiny little bits of songs and puts them back together to make new music. That's transformative. Although people hate him.
Well, actually, he's actually in a documentary we're going to be looking at later this semester.
Yeah, he's a genius. And I've heard interviews with him. He's also a nice guy. So educational, which means anything you do for this class. Parodies are good too. The main thing is don't sell it. And that's why YouTube keeps getting into trouble, because they will put ads on your YouTube so you're making money off of it. You also have to make sure you give credit, just like you would in a paper. So for example, Brianne Rhodes, who is a student at the University of Michigan, made this, which is a really clear way of going, okay, it's on my computer, I can do whatever I want to it. It's a paper that I'm going to turn into my professor. I can do whatever I want with it. It's PowerPoint. I can do whatever I want with it. C-Tools is their version of Angel. It's a private wiki behind the password. I've published it to the world. Now you have to care. Everything before this line is essentially fair use, and they couldn't find you anyway. But at this point, you need to care. So if you're going to put it up on YouTube, if you're going to put it up on Facebook, because the way Facebook works, you put it up for just your friends like it, all of their friends see it, and one of them likes it, and then it's gone. And then you're in trouble. But at this point, before that, do whatever you want. It's all good. So, yeah, so that's what I said. It's good to have permission for everything, or I'm a big fan of the Creative Commons world, also known as copylefting. There is so much free stuff out there. There are so many musicians who just desperately want anybody to put their song into a video that will go viral on YouTube, because they will then be able to sell that song, but nobody's heard of them. Creative Commons licensed materials is a wealth of stuff you can use legally. You just have to give credit. These are the rules. You will see one of these pictures next to them, and whatever the picture says, that's where the license is. So, I mean, like there's the top one where basically you can do whatever you want. Top one is, the bottom one is, you can use it but don't do anything to it, and there's all these stages in between. They also really encourage you, if you do make a kick-ass video using all Creative Commons licensed material, put it up on YouTube with a Creative Commons license, and then other people will take it and make new stuff with it. So it's a really cool idea, and I strongly recommend you think about that. And there are links to it from the Technology Toolbox. Yeah. So, like I said, I've put links to the Free Music Archive, which is, there's an amazing wealth of stuff there. SoundCloud, about half of it you have to pay for, about half of it you don't, and you can listen to all of it for free. So I strongly recommend it. So that's all my stuff that I had. Thank you for listening to my fair use thing.